guys, so this is the third update for my Project 10 pan, and I'm trying to film on my iPhone. I'm not really used to it. I keep wanting to look at like the picture when it films versus the viewfinder, so I'm trying to play around with it and see how this works out. But as I mentioned, this is the third update for my Project 10 pan, and I try to do these updates about every 3 weeks, so this is about the 6-week point. And with my previous updates, I hadn't finished anything yet, but just yesterday I was able to finish my first product. Super exciting, and it's even more exciting because of what it is. It's my setting powder. This is the Korres Wild Rose Mineral Setting Powder, and if you remember, I actually had this in my last round of Project 10 pan, and this is a rollover item, and I checked and I started that Project 10 pan in the middle of December. So I have been working on this for, what is that, 5 months, I think, 5 months. And when I started it, it was not completely full, but it's completely used up. Here's my marks for my progress. So I guess it was about half full when I started, but this week I took out the sifter to get all of the product out, and it's completely used up. So I'm super excited. I did like this powder, but I really prefer pressed powder, so this is nothing that I'd repurchase, and I'm just so happy to have it moved out of my collection. So now I'll just go over my progress with the rest of the items. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer, and I was using up my Laura Mercier foundation primer. It's just like the regular one, and I was using that up in Finish by Cinco de Mayo, and I actually finished that right at the end of the project. So this I really have been only using for the past 2 weeks. And honestly, I really don't like this. I mean, I love the packaging. That really drew me in to buy it. So cute with the purple packaging, the flowers, the lid, everything about it aesthetically I just love. But this primer itself, I really don't love. And I've had this for a while, so I kind of think it's gone bad, first of all. It has kind of a weird smell. But it's kind of like I don't remember what it smelled like when I first got it. So I really not sure if the smell has gone bad or not, or if it's gone bad or not. I mean, the texture of it is still fine. It's just a silicone-y primer, so the texture seems fine. The only thing is when I put it on, it just pills all over my face. It's so hard to work with. So for me, it's not worth it going through it, especially since I'm not really sure if it's gone bad. So I think I'm just going to toss this and not have it in the project anymore. It's not worth it, and I have other primers, so I'd rather just focus on those and not have those sit around and go bad. By the time I get to use them, I'd rather just work on them now and not stress myself out about this one. So this is out of the project. I am going to replace it with another primer. This is the Sephora Anti-Shine Foundation Primer, and this I've used a handful of times. I don't know if this is fully full when I got it. It's just like a deluxe sample, so you can see where I am now. But this I like. I have tried it out a few times. It's a more lotiony primer, and especially since it's not full, it's not a full-size item, I definitely think it will fit into my project, and I'll be able to finish it along with the other items I'm finishing. So this is what I'm going to be using instead. So my starting mark here. My next item is my Benefit Watts Up. This I try to use every day, but this is another roller over product from my last project. Actually, I don't know if I've been working on this since I had my first project pan that I started back in like September. I don't even know. This might have been from that project even. So I have been working on this forever. Such slow progress, and even this time I measure my progress on a little index card for certain products, and actually no, this I started working on in December as well, now that I'm thinking about it. But I mark my progress on this little index card, and yeah, it hasn't even warrant, my use of it in the last 2 weeks hasn't even warranted a new mark on it. So this is just taking forever, but you know, it is what it is. My next item is Posietint. Benefit Posey Tint. And this, I mean, this is really hard to measure. I will have to take the stopper out soon, but you know, when I do that, I think that will be a more measured bit of progress, but this is just something that I can't really measure, so that's that. Also working on Benefit Sugarbomb, and this for May is the only blush that I'm using, and this is another one. It's really hard for me to know how much progress I'm making, but you know, there we go with this. Very thin on this side, but keep working on this. Hopefully I'll be able to show some measurable progress at some point, but here we go for now. My next item is my eyeshadow primer. This one is by the Balm. It's the Put a Lid on It. So this I'm able to show. I try to squeeze out the air so you can kind of see where I am now. This I do use every day. I do like it. I use it always with like a cream base. So I'm not sure how well this would perform on its own, but I mean, I like it. It's nothing that I would need to go repurchase. I really love the NARS, oh, what is it called? The NARS smudge proof eyeshadow base. And once I use up this, that I have in my back stock, so I'll be using that next. And I just want this to be gone so I can use my NARS one again. And then the NARS is my holy grail one that I'd always repurchase. So just trying to get through this, but I'm enjoying it. Then I have my eyeliners. They're both Urban Decay 24/7. They're in little sample sizes. So first I have Binge, just kind of a blue color. This honestly I haven't used much at all in the past 2 weeks. So you can see I haven't even made a new mark for it. I mean, it's slightly lower, I guess, but this I've hardly used. But I've really been focusing on my other eyeliner, Stash, and that's all I have left is Stash. This actually, some of the product broke off, so I did have to sharpen down the pencil quite a bit, and you can see how much progress I've made. So I have been using it in the past 2 weeks a lot, but part of it was because the product did break. But this is at the point where I can't sharpen it anymore, so I'm just going to use up what I can of what's left, and then it's going to be gone. So this definitely should be able to be used up in the next week, and definitely by the next update. My next item is the Benefit Bad Gal Lash. Now this, so I've been using this for like 6 weeks. It's still going strong, and I'll just use it until it's dead, but this is another one. It's hard to measure the progress on this. I kind of just use mascaras until like I can't use it anymore. So yeah, don't really have an update on that one, but I am using it every day. And then lastly, I have my lip products. So starting with the NARS Velvet Lip Pencil in New Lover. Let's see. So I think this past time I've made progress, so the middle mark, I'm not sure when that mark would have been from, but I did, maybe that was from like 4 weeks ago, because I think the last time was more focusing on my other lipstick. But I've made a good amount of progress, not a ton of progress. I really have to start using my lip products more if I want to get through them. But that is what I've been focusing on more recently, and it is what I'm wearing today. Then I have my lipstick, my Makeup Forever lipstick in Copper Penny. And this, as I mentioned last time, is so hard to measure. So I didn't even make a new mark for this one either. So hard to measure, and it's really because of like how the lipstick is slanted. So even if I do use it, if the top part isn't getting used up, then it's really hard to show progress. So I'm just going to continue to use this and not really worry about what the measurements are necessarily showing, but there's where I am with this. And then my last item is my lip gloss. This is the Benefit Ultra Plush Lip Gloss in Dandelion, and honestly I try to squeeze the air out of this, but I didn't even make a new mark for it because I feel like they're just, my mark would still be at the same place. I have been using it, but not a ton, so it's just no noticeable progress here. So this is definitely something I need to like bring with me to work, or, you know, reapply more throughout the day. I really need to be better about that if I want to make good progress on this. So yeah, that is everything. As I said, I'm really excited that I used up my one item and that I made the decision with the Tarte primer, and just I'll be moving on to something else. But yeah, that is my update, and I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.